A quick reminder of the $600 up for grabs for those of you right here in this community. Also, some new information on the low income and what is actually going on with this group of people so far in 2022 and what Congress is starting to notice. Also, what Joe Manchin said just a short time ago in an interview. I have all the details for you in this video. Let's get into it right now. But if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you every single day with all the latest details as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I want to do whatever I possibly can to help out all of you right here in this community. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Subscribe down below. It's totally free, and let's get right into the update. All right, so one quick reminder. If you didn't catch that video from earlier today, I would say, hey, go back and check out that video after you get done watching this one, as there is $600 up for grabs for those of you right here in this community, and those names will be drawn in exactly 2 hours after this video is posted. So remember, 3:30 Eastern time, be there or be square, I think is the saying. I don't really know what that means, honestly, but I know I've heard that a few times in my life. So anyway, go back and check out that video from earlier today if you haven't seen it yet, and make sure to follow the directions right on there. It's a pretty quick video, and I explain it all right there, and $600 is up for grabs for some people right here in the community. All right, next, let's quickly talk about the low income and what is actually going on with this group of people so far in 2022 and what Congress is actually going to do about it. Well, we hope anyway. Let's quickly talk about this. So there's a few different reports that have come out recently, and it all pertains to the low income, and I want to talk you through this because this is actually pretty eye-opening, but again, not shocking at the same time. It's pretty consistent with a lot of other reports that we've been seeing coming out here over the last couple months. All right, so far, here's what we've learned. In December of 2021, so last year, just a couple months ago, we found that 31% of Americans struggled to make their car payments. So for those people who have an auto loan, 31% of the people, so basically 1 out of every 3 people walking around who have a car loan were struggling to make that payment. That's a huge number, right? Not only that, we also found that in the month of January, 2.5 million households, whether they're renters or people who have a mortgage, doesn't really matter, but 2.5 million households missed their January payments. Whether it was rent or a mortgage, doesn't really matter. It's all the same, essentially, when it comes down to this. But that's a huge number once again, 2.5. This is the biggest number that we've seen in a very, very long time. In fact, during the same period here, we're finding that 11 large cities out there right now are starting to see an uptick in evictions. So out of these 11 major cities right now, they're starting to see eviction filings coming in at the highest rate that we've seen since 2019 and early 2020 prior to COVID coming in. Well, a lot of that's coming down because of all of these rental restrictions that are out there right now, as far as like eviction moratoriums, things like this. All of these restrictions starting to pull off in a lot of these major cities. They're starting to see this huge uptick in evictions going forward right now. So what does all this mean for the low income, and how is this getting the attention of Congress? Good question, right? Well, here's what Congress is starting to finally realize. And again, can't believe this is taking them this long to finally realize, but some lawmakers are starting to come out and recognize, hey, the people are actually struggling right now, especially those people who are low income. They're starting to feel the pinch of everything going on. Well, let's be real. Starting is kind of an understatement. Here's the deal. This has been going on for a very long time now. And I think that many of us in this community right here can probably agree that starting is kind of a late term. In fact, this has been going on for about a year now, maybe even longer, that a lot of people who are low income or fixed income have ultimately been feeling the effects of everything going on for a very long time now. So Congress is starting to open their eyes to this and starting to see, hey, maybe we've got to offer some additional relief in whatever form that they decide, whether it's, again, rental restrictions, as in eviction moratoriums going back into place, maybe more rental assistance. But again, there's still billions of dollars of rental assistance available. So I can't really foresee that happening, simply because there's still money sitting on the books. And why would they need to allocate more? But again, rental assistance is still available. However, over the last week or so, We've heard the administration as well as many members of Congress coming out urging the low income to start taking advantage of these utility assistance program, like we've talked about here on the channel a few times now, the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, LIHEAP, right? We've talked about that before. Again, if you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend check it out. They have a record amount of funding right now, and they just granted another $100 million about a week ago. So check that program out. Hopefully they can help you pay your bills. So finally, lawmakers are maybe starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is they've got to do something, especially for the low income. Here's what's interesting about this whole situation. We're seeing this great divide right now. In fact, we've talked about this previously in other videos, but we're seeing this massive divide right now. The lower income and the fixed income are really taking the brunt of everything going on right now. Meanwhile, we're seeing this huge expansion of higher income people doing just fine, sailing high and dry, fine and dandy. And meanwhile, we're seeing jobs being created. A lot of people, the job market expanding. But at the same time, we're seeing this huge division, right? On one side of the spectrum, you've got people that are doing fine. And on the other side of the spectrum, you've got people that are really struggling as a result of this massive inflation. Again, a lot of this is not anything new because we're experiencing it in real life, right? So I think a lot of us know exactly how this thing is going, right? But anyway, it's no surprise to any of us here. We've understood this for a very long time now. But it's finally starting to catch the attention of lawmakers. What are they going to do about it? That's a good question. It's pretty much anybody's guess at this point what Congress may do about this, but the simple fact that they're finally starting to understand this is the key point about all this. The simple fact that they are recognizing something needs to be done is at least a step in the right direction. Now, can they get something done relatively quickly? Well, we can cross our fingers on that one, and hopefully that they'll actually understand that. So once again, hopefully they'll actually do something here, and of course, I'll keep you posted as we do get more details. Also, let's quickly talk about Joe Manchin here for just a minute, as he was just out a short time ago in an interview. Here's what's interesting. He mentioned that he is not a Washington Democrat, but rather he is a good old West Virginia Democrat. So, again, take it however you decide. I don't really know how to interpret that, but basically what I'm understanding about all of that is that he does not necessarily subscribe to everything that is going on with the Washington Democrats right now. We can kind of see the division going on there as well. And remember, I'm not here to take sides. I'm not here to bash anybody or say anything like that. But simply, it just sounds to me like Joe Manchin is basically saying, yeah, I'm kind of not really grinding with everything that's going on with all the Democrats in Washington. But again, that's just my interpretation, since he's not really endorsing what they're doing. But again, we'll have to see what actually comes out of this. But anyway, it's just a very interesting saying that Joe Manchin said just a short time ago out in an interview. So again, Congress will be back in session this week, and they'll be working their way through some of these details, but we do know that those votes are going to be coming on Tuesday as well, and we'll have to see what actually comes out of all this. But the moral of the story is, at least Congress is finally starting to figure out that the low income and the fixed income, just like we've been talking about for so many months now, needs that additional assistance, needs the additional relief with everything going on, and how they're going to approach this is going to be very interesting to watch. Do they do something? Well, hopefully. Do they do nothing? Again, unfortunately, that could be an option where they may do absolutely nothing going forward, but we can only hope that maybe something will come out of all this. And again, is it in the form of a stimulus check? We have no clue. We have no idea what may be coming this week and what they may be deciding about all of this. But the simple fact is they recognize that additional relief is needed, especially highly focused on the low income. So, it's nice that they're finally recognizing something needs to be done, but I guess my question would be, what is the solution going to be, right? What are they actually going to do about it? So I guess that'd be my main question for them. What are you guys going to do about it? If anything, what are you going to do? So I want to know the details about it. How are they going to approach this? How are they going to help out the low income? And what are they going to do ultimately to get these people kind of back on the playing field? Because realistically, this inflation has pretty much pushed everybody to the sidelines. Let's be real, right? I think we kind of all recognize how this whole thing is playing out. Yeah, it's highly focused on the low income and the fixed income. These are the people who are unfortunately taking, the brunt of everything, just like we talked about earlier. So anyway, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. If you have not seen that video from earlier, please go back and check that one out. Like I said, 6 $600 up for grabs, and in exactly 2 hours after I post this video, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the lucky winners will be drawn, and stay tuned for that. So, a lot of comments coming in on that video so far, but get your name in the hat. A couple people will be grabbing that, and again, like I said in that video, I'm going to be doing my best here to do more of these on a regular basis. My goal right now is twice a week, but ideally every single day is my ultimate goal. So, stick with me. And thanks again for the amazing video sponsors here on the channel. There's not a ton of them, but every so often there are a few video sponsors, and they are the ones who make this all possible. So, yeah, we're very grateful for them to giving me the opportunity to do this for you. So, anyway, I'm here for you. I get it. It's a struggle right now, but you know what? I'm on your team. I'm here to help out in any way that I possibly can. Thanks for allowing me to be right here by your side every single day. I truly appreciate you. Enjoy your day. Stay safe out there. Stay warm wherever you are. And then I will catch you again a little bit later. Enjoy. Subscribe down below. Share this video with your friends, family, social media. Go back and check out any of the other 2,100 videos right here on the channel. And I'll catch you again in a little